What's up guys, the Talman18 here, and we have another deck profile, and this time it's on the same deck, actually zombies, except I've made quite a few revisions. As you can see, the side deck is not a side deck. These are actually the cards I decided to take out. So I took out a total of 13 cards, or switched out a total of 13 cards I should say, and I'll explain each one, so let's jump right into it. I took out Blue-Blooded Oni. I know prior to this video I did say it was a really good card because you can spam rank 4s, and it can really, but you don't need to. Even if we did run 3 chains, you don't need to splash Blue-Blooded Oni to get more chains. In my opinion, it made the deck slow because it made another target that you have to think about sending to the graveyard. It prolongs your level 8 synchros, so I just decided to take it out. It is a good card, but it really wasn't needed in this deck. I took out 2 zombies. I ran 3 before, so I'm running 1 now. I took it out because it made the deck slow. This deck's supposed to be really fast paced, and zombie is supposed to be one of your last resort cards if you have like no hand whatsoever, so you can search the zombie you need. And I just felt like 3 was way too much because you're probably going to end up exceeding into it anyway and not get the effect. So I thought 3 was too much, and it made the deck really slow, and I'm liking it at 1 right now. I took out the tour guides because, again, I thought it made the deck slow. All it really did was make Levier to bring back your Mizuki or your Plague or whatever it was banished that you needed, and you don't really need it. Granted, I did make you could do amazing combos with tour guide and Levier and Scrap Dragon, things like that, but it just overall made the deck slower, and you don't really need it. Zombie Master, I ran 2 before, now I'm running 1 because you really don't use Master at all. Like, I can make 3 level 8 synchros without Master. I can make another level 8 synchro without Master in 1 turn. Well, you can make 3 in 1 turn. I don't think 4, but you can definitely make 3 in 1 turn, and that's all without using Master. So I think 1 is a good number, and just, yeah, so it allowed me to add in the other cards I wanted to add in. I took out Book of Life. This was one of the last cards I decided to take out to add in the other cards that I've added in. And a lot of the times your opponent won't have a monster in the graveyard, or you won't have Zombie World up, so you can't summon the zombies you need. So that's why I took that out, because a lot of the time it is a dead draw. Destiny Draw. I know I said if most of the time that I get this I do end up using it. I just thought it was not needed because you have Dark Gruffer there. I just really don't think you need it. The drawing 2, it does help you, but you really don't need it. I did like it. It served its purpose very well, but I had to take something out to add in the other cards, so this is one of them. Terraforming. I know this deck, I said this deck revolves around Zombie World a lot. However, you don't really need like the 6 cards to get Zombie World. It does use it a lot, like Zombie World, for example, Armageddon Knight, and other cards like that with Mizuki to summon back your synchros. But you don't need 3. I think 3 was overkill. So I think 1 Terraforming and triple Zombie World is fine. If you draw it, nice. If you don't, oh well, because you can actually make your 3 level 8 synchros without Zombie World. So yeah, that's why I took them out. Plus I need to add other cards in. I took out the only 2 rank 6s because you really never make them, and I definitely took out Bouncer because of my addition of traps. And even though M7's a good card, you don't really need it. Levier was taken out, of course, due to Tour Guide being removed. So that explains my sides that were taken out, and now let's talk about the cards that were added in. The first card added in was Jadal Dragon. I believe one of the last edits of this deck, before this, I had 2 zombies and no dragon. I decided to take out 1 zombie and add in another dragon because of what I talked about of zombie. And dragon just gives you a 3rd MST if you need it. It gives you a bounce if you need it. Plus it's another level 4. It's easily sendable to the graveyard with Armageddon, Dark Gruffer, Chain, etc. It's a really good card. If you draw it, that's a bounce. If you don't, you can pop a spell trap. So I like this card. Also, with Return from a Different Dimension, Burial from a Different Dimension, if it's banished due to like Dad's effect, you can use Burial again. You can use Burial to return that to the graveyard, and since it's by a card effect, you can pop another spell trap, so that's why I like Dragon. Summoner Monk. I was crazy for not running Summoner Monk. If you just have Summoner Monk and a spell, of course, and either Plague or Malicious in your hand, that's already 2 level 8 synchros, because you would ditch a spell card to summon Greffer. Use Greffer to discard Plague or Malicious to send the other to the grave. And then you could exceed into rank 4 with Monk and Greffer to make Chain, send a Mizuki, and I'm not going to explain how to make 2 level 8 synchros there, it should be pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, I was crazy for not running Monk. I may even try running 2, but since the only level 4s I really want to summon are either Armageddon or Greffer, and I already have 2 Rotas, I think 1 is a good number. The other card I added in, which I was even crazier for not running, was Rank Up Magic Limited Variance Force. This card basically makes any rank 4 into any number C monster that's a rank 5. So in this case it would be C101. I'm sure you know what C101 does, so I'm not really going to go into the combos you can do with Rank Up Magic Limited Variance Force and a useless chain or a useless rank 4 or anything like that. C101's amazing, this card's amazing, it'll make your C101. I love this card. The last 5 cards that I switched out were, to add in were the 3 chains and 2 breakthroughs. This deck had nothing whatsoever to protect you against monster effects, so I wanted to add that in. The reason why I chose 3 chains and 2 breakthrough and not the other way around was because you can bounce your chain with Zephyros and set your chain again. So that's why I 3 chains. Breakthrough because I just like this card. It's better than Valor in my opinion. Yamato won't get his effect, anything like that. And I don't think 3 is required right now. I think 5 traps that negate monster effects is pretty good. It gives you a 1/6 chance of drawing it. Wait, that would be for 30 cards, I'm sorry. It gives you a pretty good chance of drawing it. Let's see, that'd be 3 out of 20 chance, so what, you have like a 12% chance of drawing it. So yeah, I like this card. These cards actually. And trust me when I say this, these revisions actually made the prior deck I had on YouTube even better. Like, this deck is so much better than what it was before, and the deck before was already amazing. Oh, I forgot I added in another Void Ogre because I like this card, and you don't need Crimson Blader, you don't need the other level 8. I do side them if you need them, but I like having 2 cards that can negate a spell or trap. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will upload duels soon, maybe even after this video.